Hey, what's up guys, Woozle and welcome back to today's video. I do apologise if the sound and my voice is a little bit quieter than usual. It's really late and I shouldn't be talking this loud as it is, so yeah, I do apologise about that. Anyways, the first thing we're going to be going through in this video is the skills to use as a DPS Mystic, and I'm also going to go across what the other paths do and things like that. Now I will be discussing which runes I suggest using in a slightly later video, which hopefully will be out later tonight, but I didn't put it in this video because otherwise it would have been a bit too long, and unfortunately with this internet I've got to keep the videos very short and straight to the point. So without further ado, let's get on with the skills. So as we go in, the path I am using is the Magellana's Judgement. Now I've tested all three specs. This is the best spec for single target DPS. I've not really come against any bosses where you need to focus on AoE or where you need to focus on getting more than one target down really fast. So Verity Spirit is the best AoE spec by far in the game, but I wouldn't suggest using it. It's only really good for trash, but when it comes to actual damage on the boss, it's not that great. Also, you want to keep all of your paths at one besides your main spec. So obviously in my case, Verity Spirit and Shepherd, which is the healing spec, which I'll come against in a future video in case if other people like to come here for a healing guide. Let me know if you'd like to see one down below in the comments. But obviously I'm focusing mostly on the Magellana's Judgement. I'm level 28, although I can get that to level 30, just I'm lacking XP really big time. Hopefully I can get this up nice and fast over the next few days. Level cap increases today actually, so we should be able to get to level 41. Anyways, that aside, you want to level all of those up pretty much as high as you can. Obviously you level up the main one, level up all the rest afterwards. It's definitely worth it. All the abilities are really good. As you can see, suppression, crit, obviously some damage. You've got more damage increase. Obviously that's the special skill you get, like the extra skill, the path skill, which is called suppression. Best skill pretty much in the game in my opinion for damage. It's literally insane. Warrior's Heart, so basically your Mystic Galaxy, your Dread Blast has a chance of resetting the suppression skill, so you can reuse it, and this is just extra damage on the suppression skill itself. Now on the skills that you should be using for this setup is Mystic Galaxy, Force of Will, Dread Blast and Dreadfall. Now those are the four best skills to use for anything, DPS boss wise, so single target DPS. So you want to be using that in the raids, dungeons or whatever it is you're doing. Now to go through the rotation, now I've kind of briefly gone through what the path skills do. So what you want to do to begin with from any fight before you even pull the boss is you want to put down your light sigil. Now what this does is, there's a bit of delay there, sorry, is that little emblem in the middle has a short radius. That will improve your spell power, which you will come against in my future video, which will be out later tonight hopefully, with the runes, as to why that is super important. But if you stay next to that little totem that spawns in the middle, let's get that back up, that totem will give you higher spell power, meaning you do more damage. So light sigil goes down first, then you want to use the suppression skill. Use it on cooldown as much as possible. That is your most damaging ability. You then want to use Dreadfall. Again, very good ability. You can use it from long, far range. It's also very big damage. It's also AoE as well, but it's just your damaging ability. Now Dread Blast and Mystic Galaxy, you want to use these on cooldown, and they have a chance of resetting suppression. So if you've used suppression, obviously you want to click Dread Blast, wait to see if suppression got reset. If it did, you click suppression. If it didn't, you use Mystic Galaxy, and then you wait to see if suppression has been reset again. If it hasn't, then obviously you go to your only remaining skill, which is Force of Will, and then you just auto attack. Put your light sigil down again when it comes to cooldown, and you just go through the rotation as such. So it goes light of sigil, suppression, Dreadfall, Dread Blast, see if it resets suppression. If it does, use it. If it doesn't, you use Mystic Galaxy. Same again, if it resets suppression, use it. If it doesn't, use Force of Will. And you just go around like that. The only thing really that I can really point out is if suppression is about to come off cooldown and your Dread Blast or your Mystic Galaxy has just come off, save them. You want to try and get as many suppression resets as much as possible. That's what's going to up your damage a lot more, and that's where the good players are going to be kind of like compared to the not as great players, because they're just going to spam them whenever they come off cooldown. But if suppression is just about to come off, you wait on Dread Blast and Mystic Galaxy, wait for suppression to be used, then use the skills, because if it resets, you get double the damage pretty much. So that's the only thing I really point out. Unfortunately, there is no test dummies in this game. Hopefully, maybe in the future, there are some test dummies, because you can't really do a full rotation on a mob. Unfortunately, I'm not in a raid to show it off, and I wouldn't be able to discuss it and to explain it in a raid, unfortunately. So yeah, raid dummies in the future would be great. Other than that, I hope you guys have found this pretty useful. I guess you can call it a DPS, Magellana's Judgement / Mystic DPS guide. But I hope you guys do enjoy though, and as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Take it easy, have a good night, and I'll see you later. Make sure to tune in for the rune upgrades video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys.